continue to do what you love for years to come. That's what I heard before. I always say this is like my uniform. Yeah, look at those long floats, but it's okay. It's fine, it'll be fine. I feel like the stitch definition, like it shows those cables beautifully. This that is Kobe. Now you can hear his barking. There he goes. I'm the best at managing my floats and my tension. Will be really good for my brain and my body. I'm in my slipover era, clearly. I like to knit from intuition, but also have a plan, if that makes any sense at all. Hello, my name is Brette. Welcome back if you've been here before, and welcome if you are new. I really appreciate you being here and spending some of your day with me. It's been a while since I last recorded. It's been, I can't remember if I recorded on my birthday or if I just posted it on my birthday, but that was back in the beginning of June. So it's been a little while. I have a traditional knitting podcast for you with some wellness and physical therapy tips for you, a little bit about my app, some updates, and a little preview of what's been happening there. And then I have a bunch of FOs, some whips, and some of the favorite things that I've been enjoying lately and some acquisitions for you. So I hope you can grab a cup of coffee, tea, maybe a cold drink if it's hot where you are, and join me to chat some. So this is, it's been really hot here, and I live on the border of Massachusetts and Rhode Island, and it's been really warm. We had some beautiful days, but yesterday I think it was in the high 90s, and today it feels like 100 with a lot of humidity. So it's hot out. So I have my cold drink here, no cup of tea or coffee. For me right now, what am I wearing? So right now I am wearing my mini mock. If you've been here before, I always say this is like my uniform. I love this pattern. This is my second mini mock that I have made. I wear my first one all the time. That one that I made first, it was in Explorer Knits and Fibers Denali sock in the color Upstate. It's funny how I can remember colors and names of yarns, but I can't remember what I did this morning. Can anyone else relate to that? But so this second mini mock I made is in 29 bridges non-superwash sock in the color patina. I decided to do, I'll put a finished object picture right here, but I decided to do a little bit less of a mock neck and more, I guess, a crew, but a little bit shorter on the neckline. And I loved this color. I got this yarn at Ode to Joy in Providence, which is a newer yarn store. She's been around for a little while, but she just changed this beautiful new location in Providence, and she really has curated beautiful, beautiful stuff. Check her out if you are local, but I picked up this yarn from her and I love it. I'm actually excited, a little bit foreshadowing. I'm going to talk about my plans, but I'm going to the Woolworks Festival, which is in North Adams, Massachusetts, this Saturday, and I think 29 Bridges will be there, so I'm really excited about that. I really love her yarn. So this is my mini mock by Jessie Maid. Highly recommend the design. It's perfect, like not to show you my armpit, but the armholes are like perfect on me. I have rather broad shoulders, so sometimes I have to add a little bit of length for the shoulders, and this pattern just fits me perfectly. I'll show you this in my whips, but I'm actually working on the DK version of the same pattern, the mini mock, currently. So I'm excited to see how that works out, because sometimes when I'm working on smaller needles and fingering weight yarn, my hands can hurt after a while, so I switch things up a little bit. But I would love to be able to work on a DK weight version. One is it goes by quicker, and two is I don't have to use a small of needles, so my hands can tolerate longer sessions of that. All right, so what else? I'm just going to go through the pile I have here, but this is an adorable little baby hat that I made for my coworker that is having a baby. I believe she's due at the beginning of August, and I had asked her what colors she was kind of thinking, and she told me that they did the nursery, like all greens and forest animals. So this yarn, it came out, I don't know if you can kind of see here, the heathering, but it is from Knit Picks. It's their Stroll yarn, and I believe it is a superwash merino and nylon base. I'll have to put up the details here because I forget, but it's beautiful. It's in the color Rainforest Heather, and I love the way it came out. I've always done the musselbark pattern for just plain beanies, but I knew I just kind of wanted to bang this out in a day or two, which I did do when we went to the beach this past Saturday. We went to Scussup Beach, which is north of the Cape. If anyone is familiar with the area, it's right north of the Sagamore Bridge, so you don't have to go over the bridge and deal with the traffic, and it's a beautiful beach. We love it there. So I banged this out I was a passenger princess on the way there, and when we were at the beach, and then I finished it when we got home. So it might have a little sand and sunscreen in it, but hopefully that blocked out when I washed it, or when I blocked it. So this is the, let's see, the Sockhead Slouch, and I'll post the details, but I believe that's the name. It's just a beanie that you work the ribbing first from the cuff up, and then you go for, she recommended, I believe, 5 inches for the crown for the baby size. I did 3 because I saw some of the Ravelry comments for newborn babies worked with 3 inches, and then I started my decreases, and it does look a little big to me, but I think baby heads are bigger than you think they're going to be, so I'm hoping even if it doesn't fit them like right away, hopefully it will fit them maybe by the time it gets cold here in New England. So that would be perfect. So again, Sockhead Slouch, I think I'm saying that right. And I'll put up all the information in the designer and the pattern on the screen here, but that is one of my FOs. Sometimes you might see this video get a little bit choppy. I have to edit when the dogs make a lot of noise, and or maybe I should just leave it in, but my older dog can be really loud when he barks, so I don't want to hurt anyone's ears. So I have a couple more FOs to share with you. I'm going to next do my, so this is a buddy knit that I am doing with my friend Nikki. If you've been here before, you've heard me talk about Nikki. We traveled to Rhinebeck, and she's actually going to the Woolworks event with me this Saturday. So we are doing a couple buddy knits. This is one of them, and this is my version, which is the Polina vest or slip over. She is doing the Polina pullover. So mine is, and I will post pictures of me trying this on, but here it is. You can see in all its glory. I love it. It's beautiful. I think this is actually the back. Here's the back. Okay, anyways, so okay, so this is a beautiful slipover / vest version that is worked from the bottom up. It's by Teti Lusak. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but I'll post the information as always. And I had a lot of fun with this. So it's been a while since I've done color work and managing floats, managing my tension, and I have to say I wasn't the best at managing my floats and my tension. In the beginning, I probably shouldn't even show you the underside of this, but I'm going to. So as you can see, I did a pretty good job managing floats there. Didn't go above like 5 to 6 stitches. It's a sport weight yarn, but then as I got to the top, yeah, look at those long floats, but it's okay. It's fine, it'll be fine. What was happening is, so it's worked bottom up, and I had a really fun time. So I used John Arbin Yarnadelic, their sport, and I'll see the information here, but I picked this up at Pick Up Every Stitch in Mount Kisco, New York on local yarn store day. I was visiting family and happened to be over your local yarn store day, so I wasn't going to miss that. So I took my mom and we drove over to her, and I got this yarn at a really good deal. I loved the color. Hopefully it's showing up for you okay, but it's like a like ochre goldy color, and I just love it. So it's a sport weight yarn. It blooms gorgeous, and this is Harrisville Designs, their fingering base, and I picked up this teal color to go with the ochre because I just love those two colors together. And I intended on doing all of the color work, all of the flower in that teal color, but then I decided I wanted to switch things up a little bit. Nikki was putting some fuzz into hers, and I really wanted to put some fuzz into mine. I loved the idea of that. So I mixed it with, hold on, let me grab, what did I do? I think I'm gonna have to post a picture because I don't know what I did with my, forget where I put that, but I was going to show you like the ends of, so I just basically took all like some cerise, some mohair, some leftover like junction fiber mill color changing yarn. I used some this one is some spin cycle that I used in my ooey gooey sweater last year. So I just kind of combined a bunch of different yarns. I did whatever was calling to me. I like to knit from intuition, but also have a plan, if that makes any sense at all. But I kind of just went with it here, and I love the way it came out. I just kind of mixed some things together. Some here I'm holding the Harrisville with a Surrey. Here I'm holding like a mohair with the spin cycle. And then here it looks white, but it's actually a junction fiber mill, like the light part of a color changing yarn with a mohair. Then I went back to the spin cycle with a mohair, and then this is just the Surrey held double. The Surrey is from ZZ Textiles that I picked up at Cake Palooza last year. So I love it. I had so much fun. But when I was having really a lot of fun with it, what happened is I forgot to like manage my tension. I was still catching floats a little bit, but I forgot to manage my tension, and it puckered. So you can kind of see it like there. And I'll post a before and after picture, but it was puckering like a lot. So much so that I'm like, I was not willing to do this again. I mean, I guess I would have if I had to, but I really did not want to rip it out. So what I decided to do is I got to the very end of the colorwork section, and then I blocked it. So I was like, you know what, let me try aggressively blocking it. So I took some pins, and I'll post the picture, but I took some pins and like aggressively blocked midway just to see if I could get rid of some of that puckering, and it mostly worked. I still have a tiny bit of puckering, but you can't really tell once you put on the finished product. And so then I kept going, and I'm so excited I did because I love the finished product. I love the sleeves, like the kind of, I don't know what that's called, that kind of sleeve, the way it like flares out a little bit, cap sleeve maybe, mock neck. I just love it. So this is going to be one of my Rhinebeck wears, and we'll be able to match, well, kind of match. Nikki's doing a pullover in like neutral colors, so it will be similar, but it's our buddy knit. All right, that's FO number 2. FO number 3 is, well, I did my mini mock, my habits. Okay, this is my last one, my FO. So this is a test knit. Abalaji is her name. I believe it's how you pronounce it. And I think it's a Lanra studio. I'll post her information, but she was calling for a test knit, and I decided to apply because I loved the design. I love the idea that she is a new designer. She seemed like a lovely person. So I wanted to be able to support her. I believe she's also a physical therapist. Correct me if I'm wrong. You maybe not practice PT, I'm not sure, but you'll have to confirm that. So this is a Tabard style, my straps are Tabard style slipover. I'm in my slipover era, clearly. And this, she did hers in a Pearl Soho, but I tried to pick a yarn that would have similar drape and similar composition. And I had this Falkland worsted yarn in this beautiful chocolate brown color that I picked up last year when there was a business, an online business, or I think it was an in-person business, but I got it online. I believe out of Aspen, Colorado, because my friend Nikki was going to a wedding, had researched some yarn stores, kind of stumbled upon this yarn store that was going out of business called Knit Nook, and I picked up a lot of yarn, but this Falkland worsted was one of them, and I thought it's 100% merino, and I thought it would have beautiful drape and kind of similar to the Pearl Soho yarn she used. So that's what I used, and I got gauge. I like to, for test knits, use what I have in stash when possible. I'm not opposed to buying new yarn for test knits. Always good excuse to go shopping for yarn, but I did find this in stash. And this pattern is worked in 2 panels. You do the front and back separately. You join them at the shoulders. She recommended blocking it before you pick up that neckline, which I think does make for a really even, nice pickup. This detailing, if you can see here, it's beautiful. So it is a double knit. It was 4 rows of double knitting into the ribbing on the collar, and then it's a folded collar. And the way she had us picking up those stitches, like kind of like knit them down onto themselves. I can post the tutorial that she, well, actually, if you buy the pattern, the tutorial that is not her tutorial, it's somebody else's tutorial that she used and she posted in there. So probably I could share that with you, that tutorial of how you knit down the folded collar. But that was really interesting. It leads for like a really stretchy collar, because the way that you're knitting it down, it stays really stretchy, which is really, really nice. So I just love the way this collar came out. I love the design. I thought it was like unique. And then I was actually dreading this part because you had to sew on the straps. And when I first did it, I put the short strap on the front and the long strap on the back. And I messaged Abalaji and I'm like, so will this work? And she's like, yeah, it will work, but your straps will go to the forward when you like attach them with the buckle. So I was like, yeah, no, I'll do it the right way. So I then switched them, I re-sewed it on, and it did an okay job. It's not perfect, but that's okay. No one's looking that closely. And then I picked up these buckles just on Amazon because I wanted this like bronze color. I thought matched really well with the chocolate brown. So you sew that on, you sew on the buckle, and then you slide it right through. And I'm excited to wear this in the fall. You can see here. So you'll see the pictures of it. All right, those are my FOs. Something I forgot to mention that I did want to mention is on my Polina slipover, I did use, I believe it was a size 7, but I used the quads. Yes, it was 7, 4. I'm mistaking now what size I used, but I'll post the details, but I use quads. And my point is that was my first time using the Chiago quads for a whole garment. And I do, from like a PT perspective, it makes sense to have the square needles because it's more surface area for your finger to rest on. I should probably have them in my hand versus just imagining them, but that's all the way over there. So for the quads, your finger, the fat pad of your finger is resting on a larger surface. So from a mechanical standpoint, that makes a lot of sense to me, because then the needle, you don't have to grip your needle as tight. It won't turn in your hand. If you're putting your finger on a larger surface area, I can see where that would be less strain through your whole arm and your shoulder and your neck. So it made sense to me, but I wanted to see it in action. And I do think it made a difference. I mean, usually when I knit on fingering weight yarn, anything a size 4 needle and below, US size 4 needle and below, my hands start to get very fatigued. I always blame it on like my massive hands. Like my hands are really big. And so I always blame it because I have such big hands and tiny little needles. But just something about the mechanics of it. I'm an English style knitter, so maybe that will play into it, but I do feel more fatigue and can't go for as long, have to take more frequent breaks, which that's something my app is designed to do. So it's going to ask you symptoms as you're going through your project. And if you're constantly flagging symptoms, fatigue, soreness, anything like that in the app, it will tell you when you go to start a project, oh, you flagged this before as a high risk project because you're using a size 4 needle, you're using fingering weight yarn. Do you want to take 20-minute breaks instead of 30-minute breaks? So it will flag you in the app. So I knew that, and so I did take more frequent breaks. But I do think that with the quads, it did make a difference. So stay tuned on that. I would love to hear in the comments if you have used quads or just square needles from any brand. Have you found that different brands work differently for you? Have you noticed any differences in your body when you use the quads versus using rounded needles? So far, so good. Something else to note is on this project, on my test knit, I did use my Likey, is that how you pronounce it? Driftwood, my new Driftwood set. And the reason I got those is because I really want to be able to switch things up a little bit more. I love my Chiagos. If I was stranded on a desert island and I had to pick one needle to bring with me, it would be my size 7 Chiago needles. So I do love those. I have an interchangeable set, but I want to switch things up so that my body can knit for longer. I think it's important to not just, unless you're being really careful and taking really good breaks and not knitting for too long. But if you think about it, if you're knitting with the same size needles, the same type of needle, material of needle, and you're like a monogamous knitter, no shade thrown at monogamous knitters. I used to be one myself, but from an injury prevention standpoint, I do think it makes a difference if you switch up your needles a little bit, switch up your fiber type a little bit. So the driftwood needles are really light, so I think that made a difference for me because I was able to go for long periods of time, of course taking breaks every 30 minutes with this test knit slip over. And again, it's a beautiful pattern. Check it out. I believe it's being released in August. As soon as I know more about the exact release date, I will let everyone know. But it is beautiful pattern, so stay tuned for that. All right. You can kind of see my dog Kobe just walked by. So I have two dogs that I'm obsessed with. Actually, you can see them up there on my new armoire / yarn cabinet that my husband built for me. But my dog Kobe, he's my large Great Dane lab mix, and he's 7. And then I have a 7 and 5. I always forget their ages, like I forget my own. But and then I have 6 and 4. So Kobe is 6. He's my Great Dane lab mix, and then Mia is 4. She's my yellow lab. And you will see both of them. They are actually over there right now because my daughter decided she wants to go out on the deck and tan. So they're watching her on the deck over there. But anyways, tangent. Okay, so let's move on. So I'm really trying to do this like off the cuff here. I have my FOs in a pile. I have my WIPs in a pile. So hopefully you guys are good with this format. Okay, so we're gonna go over my WIPs now. So I'll just do my first one. It's right here. This is, like I spoke about before, this is my mini Mock DK version. This I am knitting in Miss Babs DK Yowza. I picked this up at Skein Yarn Shop on Knit in Public Day, which was also their 5-year anniversary party about a month or so ago now, I forget. But I was drawn to this color. I really love like jewel tones. I typically, like, this is totally my color scheme, like the blues and the browns and the greens. I just love it. And this is actually a color that I don't typically go for, but I do really love it. Hopefully it looks okay on me. But this is their Yowza DK. Like I said, it's kind of tonal. It's working up beautifully. You can kind of see it there. You see? Okay. And so far so good. It's the thing I love about this pattern. It's very straightforward. Once you do the shaping for the neckline, you're just working down once you join in the round. And I started this the night before I left for Martha's Vineyard, which I'll be telling you a little bit about my trip. And then I did it all while I was there. This was like my simple beach stockinette passenger princess project. And I'm making good progress. I'm hoping to finish this soon, so we'll see. But so far so good. This yarn is lovely to work with. It is a superwash, which I don't knit a lot with superwash. I don't have anything against it. I just really like rusticy wools. But so far so good. And it's good that it's a superwash because I've been bringing this to the beach. And again, when I get sand and sunscreen on it, I'll be able to wash it. So I'm knitting this on my Chiago interchangeables, and this is a size 7 needle, which the pattern does call for. I was going to do this in acquisitions, but I'm going to show you now. So these little things, I'm sure you all know about this, but I did not. So these little guys, I got these on Amazon in a big pack. I have them over there somewhere. Oh, it's right here. I got like a big, this is only half them because the other half is in my knitting bag arm projects. So this, all you do is you kind of push it, and you can do it as a needle stopper. And then the thing I love about this is like they're really secure. They're spring loaded. I'll post the link, but they're great. Somebody at Skein Yarn Shop who was knitting one night told me, like, I was there for just like a knit night, and I believe it was Judy who told me about these. They are fantastic. So you literally just slide them right on the needles, but what's really cool is they can go on the barber cords, on your try-on cords also, which are fantastic. So everyone, you guys probably all, this is not news to probably all of you, but they were news to me, so I love them. Anyways, and I have my Twinkle Dimple on there, which I love. Okay, that's my mini Mock DK. And again, because I like to switch things up for injury prevention and to be able to continue to knit comfortably, I like to have at least 3 projects going. So I pick a home project, which is more, you'll see my field sweater is my home project. It's like cables, chart, a little more complicated. I have an on-the-go project, which is this one. This is my my Just Made Mini Mock is my on-the-go, or social. And so I have home, social, and on-the-go. So my social project can be something that, you know, I might have to be sitting for, not as much on-the-go, maybe not as portable, but would feel comfortable in like bringing to like a knit night or a social event or a cafe, or maybe like I'm having dinner with my family and I want to knit on something like that. So a little bit mid-sized project. So let's see, my other project that I am working on, I decided in an effort to switch things up and give my body some variety, and also my mind some variety. I really do, I consider myself a creative brain and such that I'm like constantly thinking about other projects and what I can make, and I'm sure you guys can all relate to that. It's actually a topic I wanted to bring up, which I will in a little bit, but to support my brain and my body and changing things up, I decided to pick up crochet again. So if you've heard my story before, so I had been knitting or crocheting. I knit for a while, then I crocheted for years. And then about 3 years ago, I decided to re-pick up knitting again. And since then, I've been obsessed. And I kind of put my crochet hooks down. Nothing against crochet, I just fell in love with knitting. So crochet, you know, one hook, the movements are very, very different. For me as an English style knitter, different. I can see where there is some crossover with continental knitting and crochet, but still it's a different movement, you know, different stitches. So I picked up this Lion brand, okay, don't have the yarn label in here. I just can't remember if this is their Cotino, which is their cotton merino, or I know I picked up some of their Trubu. I think this is the Cotino. And I just loved this color. It's like a sagey, tealy green. And I am making a tea. I'll post the information. I want to say Salty Air, but I think that's the wrong name. So this is just a tea. I'm interested to see how like shaping works with crochet. I'm not really sure. I'm just following the pattern right now. It's pretty simple. So this is out now. I haven't gotten very far. You're working from the bottom up, I believe. And the great thing about crochet is like you can kind of just leave it and the stitches won't fall out. And if it does, like I can just pull out the stitch and no big deal. Well, I just pulled out 2. But that is, it's just like double crochet, single crochet, pretty easy so far. So yeah, so that is one of my whips. I'm working that on a size, it's a G6, haha, 4.0 millimeter crochet hook. So that is another whip of mine. And let's see, running around a room on my desk here. Okay. The third whip that I have is, I have it in this beautiful, this is my home project, so it's living in one of the beautiful bowl one of my friends got me. So this is a really exciting project. So this is my field sweater by Camilla Vlad, I believe. And this is a buddy knit, another buddy knit I'm doing with my friend Nikki. Hopefully it will be a Rhinebeck sweater. And this is my third shot at this. So when I started, I didn't really know. I have learned cables years ago when I learned knitting. Actually, it was one of the first projects I made. I did this beautiful, like oversized, I think it was like a worsted weight cabled poncho. I did this when I was pregnant with my son, and it was like, I don't even know when I did with that project. That's so sad. It's somewhere. I've moved a couple times since then. I'm not even sure if it's in my current house or not, but that was cables, and I learned to cable when I did that, but I don't really remember. So I have not cabled since I picked back knitting again 3 years ago, and so this is working a series of cables, and it's not easy. I think the way that the field stitch is created is a little complicated, and then if you don't do it loose enough, you can get your needle, like you can't get your needle in there when you do the next row and you have to knit them together. You're slipping them, you're knitting through the back loop, and if you don't do it loose enough, you can't get through the back loop. But I don't know, comment below if you've ever done this pattern. I watched a couple of great tutorials, which I'll post. There were 2 different ones that really helped me, and so this is my 3rd shot at this. I got through about where I am now, maybe a little less, and had to rip out, then started again, then was dropping stitches. So bottom line is this is my 3rd time, and I think I'm doing okay. I do have a couple errors, like there's a drop stitch right there, so I picked up like 2 of the 3 when I knit together, but I can just like throw that back in, so I have it safe on the whatever you call that, stitch, I don't know, safety pin type thing, light bulb marker. So as you can see, it's a beautiful pattern. So this is all in the yoke, and then from what I understand, you're going to join and knit around. So once I get through the yoke, which I believe I'm like halfway through right now, a little more maybe, it will be hopefully smooth sailing. I am knitting this up in, so this is a beautiful clay color. This is Upland Fiber Co., their Mohair DK, that I picked up at Indie Untangled last year, and I had really not been familiar with Upland and learned a little bit about it when I visited their booth last year. And just in following Kate from Knitting Posse, who works there, and Michael, the owner of Upland, I really love their philosophy. I love their, they use all American made wools, local fibers, I believe it's locally sourced and milled as well. But this yarn is stunning. So it's a merino mohair mix, and I'm loving it. I feel like the stitch definition, like it shows those cables beautifully. This color, this is their color, it's called Clay. I am super, super happy with this yarn. So I cannot wait to finish. Oh, it's just like, do you ever like, you knit texture and cables, and I'm obsessed. It's actually making me want to knit like cabled cardigan for Rhinebeck as well. I envision like a cute cabled cardigan. I've been eyeing the Winter's Beach Cardi for a long time by Andrea Mowry. I'm thinking that maybe I'll pick up some more of this mohair or their polypaca base. I'd have to gauge and see and all that, but I'm thinking that over like a cute graphic tee would be really, really cute for Rhinebeck. So we'll see. See, does anyone, okay, I'm going to talk about this now just because it's on my mind. Does anyone have this problem? Like, as a creative brain, do you just constantly, like, I'm working on this. I love it. Like, I love the texture. I love the yarn. I love everything about it. But I'm constantly thinking about, like, what's next? I'm scrolling the what's hot right now Ravelry page. I'm just constantly thinking, like, what can I do next? It's not to like rush what I'm working on, but my brain just won't stop. It's all I think about. Can anyone relate to that? Or is it just me? Am I just crazy? Topic I want to talk about. So I'm going to be posting a clip of one, I'll be showing you my trip to Martha's Vineyard. My husband and I went to Martha's Vineyard last week. We went Monday through Thursday, and we had a beautiful time. If anyone has been there before, I feel that we take our car on the ferry. We go out of Woods Hole, and we usually go into Oak Bluffs, but sometimes Vineyard Haven, depending upon what they have available. But we buy the ticket with the car. My husband has a Jeep, so we just drive the Jeep. We pack the Jeep with whatever we need, drive it right onto the ferry, and you literally are still in your car, same car, when you drive off the ferry. Like, nothing's changed in that respect, but now you're driving onto the island when the ferry gets there. And as soon as we like cross the bridge from the ferry to the island, I just feel so relaxed. Like, there's something about that island that is just magical, that makes me feel like so at peace. We had 2 days of really bad rain. There was actually some flooding. There was a bridge closed over there that I guess happens frequently. We rented a little Airbnb that we have stayed at for a couple of years now. It's a beautiful little studio apartment, perfect for we just went, my husband and I, just the two of us. And I love it there. It's just such a beautiful, if you have never gotten the chance to visit Martha's Vineyard, whether you're from the area or not, I highly, highly recommend it. It's beautiful. Of course, I had to turn it into like a fiber event, unbeknownst to my husband. No, I told him about the plans, but there was a couple of things I really wanted to visit. There was a yarn store I wanted to visit. I think it's called like Vineyard Haven Works. I don't remember. I'm going to post the information, but I have a little video in the clip from Martha's Vineyard about that. They carry some beautiful yarns for a little space. They carried a lot of yarns there. It was beautiful. They even have like their own blend, their own yarn. So I visited that yarn store in the rain. Also went to a sheep farm. It was called Allen Sheep and Wool Farm, and visited. They had baby sheep, which were adorable. Oh my God, they had two brothers, I guess. I don't know how old they were, but the woman did say they were babies, and they were so cute. So they were, it just had stopped raining when we got to the farm, and they were out in the field like grazing. And then the woman who runs, she works there. I don't know what she does, but she must care for these sheep, because as soon as she started like calling them over, they came like hopping. Like if you ever seen a little baby sheep, they hop. It was so cute. So they come hopping over, and in the video, if you watch till the part of the video with the sheep, you'll hear them like baaing. My husband was giving them grass, and oh my God, they were so cute. I wanted to take one home so badly. So we get to see them, and then we visited. Where we stay in the studio apartment is actually right on the same street as the alpaca farm. So there's a place called Island Alpaca. They have alpacas, they have llamas, and they're adorable. So last year when we went, there had just been baby alpacas born, and so we got to see those 1 year alpacas when we went this year, which was really neat. Remember last year we went and they were just babies, and one of the white ones had little sunscreen zinc on its nose because the caretakers didn't want them to get burnt, so they put little sunscreen on. It was so cute. But so we got to see those same babies, a year old now, which was really neat. It was pouring rain when we went, so they were all inside in the barn area, which was cool because then we got to see all of them. And of course I picked up some yarn. So this is, Island Alpaca Company. This is their own blend. So they have some alpaca that is like straight from their alpacas right there on the farm, and they're named this year. And I did pick some of that up last year, and I knitted my jaunty shawl out of that, which is beautiful. I love that shawl. But I was drawn again. I mean, like, can you tell I love this color? It's almost identical. I should make like a little Sophie shawl or something that I could wear with this pullover. So this is, let's see, it's 100% luxurious baby alpaca from Island Alpaca Company on Martha's Vineyard. It is 50 gram ball, 124 yards. So it's probably like a DK, right? There's two, I bought two. So I don't know what I'll do with them, but I was drawn to the color, and it's really, really soft. So I got that. What else? Let's see. So again, so we went to the yarn store, the sheep and wool. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to really tell you about Martha's Vineyard. Of course, I had my knitting with me, and I got a lot of downtime, a lot of knitting time, which was really great. Acquisitions. So I already talked to you about the little clothespin things. Silly to include that in acquisitions, but. And then my Island Alpaca yarn at Skein Yarn Shop when I was there a couple weeks ago. And this is all your fault. Kate from Knitting Capacity. Kim, I think you were the one who originally wanted to knit this sweater, so it's all your fault. But anyways, no, it's a really good problem to have. But so I saw on the Knitting Posse that Kim had either made or was making the Cloud Sweater by Petite Knit out of this yarn. So this is Lane Cloud. I picked this up at Skein Yarn Shop, which I guess a lot of people were calling Skein because that's where Kim and Kate both got theirs from. Yeah, so give them a call. They might have some left, but they had like every colorway. So this colorway, look how gorgeous. Look how gorgeous. Oh, I am so excited. This is like gonna have to be one of my next cast-ons. And I don't think it will take very long because it's a, I think, worsted weight. So it's 100 grams, 260 meters. It is the Lane Cloud Merino Extra Fine. It is a superwash. And it feels lovely. What do you call this, like, not chainette, blown construction? I'm not sure. I don't know. But it feels lovely. Love the colors. It works up in like stripes. And I'm super excited to cast this on. So I got a sweater's quantity to make the Cloud sweater out of this. And actually, the yarn is called Cloud too. So how convenient. Okay, I got that. Acquisitions, let's see. Something else I wanted to share with you. Again, and you'll hear me talk about this a lot. I apologize if you get sick of it. You can just fast forward or not listen to me. So this is embroidery. This is a company that has been stalking me on Instagram. Thank you very much. And I decided to give them a try. So it's called Clever Poppy. And this owner creates these beautiful kits. I am new to embroidery. I have a book that is going to teach me how to embroider on my knits. I think I talked about that in my last episode. But I'm figuring if I can just learn to embroider and then try it on my knits, maybe that's the better way to go versus just straight trying it on my knits, because knowing me, I will probably mess it up and then regret it. So I'm going to try with these first. So it comes with, so this is what it looks like. This is the kit from Clever Poppy. This one I picked up. So this one I already opened and started, but this is like the template. It's a beautiful mandala floral. And it comes with the hoop and everything you need to, so this is me starting it. They give you the template. You kind of draw it on with an erasable pen. And then you start embroidering, and they teach you like all the, right now this is just back stitches, but I believe I'm going to learn like the French knot, and it comes, this is all open. So, oh, you can see the design, what it's going to look like right there. And then all the embroidery thread, everything you need to get going. So I'm excited to work on that. Of course, I do always prioritize any time I have with knitting, but switching things up, I think will be really good for my brain and my body. So I got two kits of that. So I got that one, and then I got this one. So I thought they were super cute. So Clever Poppy, check them out. I think that's all I'm going to share with you for acquisitions. I also got a new mic, so hopefully it's working well. You guys can let me know. I have a little new setup, just playing around with things. I'm new to this podcasting journey, so I love feedback. Good, bad, whatever, just throw it at me. Hopefully you can be kind, but that's okay if you're not to. Just whatever you have for me, give me feedback. I really appreciate it. So again, on that same note, thank you for being here. Thank you for like spending some time with me, commenting. That's one of my favorite parts about building this podcast and my brand has been communicating with other people. I feel like being in the fiber community, we just get each other. We're wired the same. We just are all creative brains, and obviously we're all different, but when we have that common ground, it's just such a great place to be. I love it. So thank you for being here and welcoming me into this community. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for just being here. Anyway, this weekend, as I said earlier, I'm going to Woolworks in North Adams, Massachusetts. It is the first time they're doing this wonderful event. I believe they have over like 65 vendors going. I am really excited. So my husband is going to drive. It's about a 2.5-hour drive for us. We're meeting my friend Nikki there. She lives closer. She lives in Massachusetts on that part of the state. And so I believe hers is like an hour and a half. So we're going to meet her there, and I'm excited. It looks like it's going to be a fantastic event. So I will let you know what I think. I'm sure it will be wonderful. But I'm going to post also a little clip of my app and some of the updates I've had. Thank you to the people who have been testing it for me. You can find my app on the App Store if you just put in Knit for Life. You can download it. Just know it's not perfect yet. It's in the beginning stages. It's a free app. I have to decide what we're going to be doing with it. I might have it like membership based. I'm not sure what's going to be happening down the road, but for now it is a free app. If you do have an Android, I'm happy to send you the instructions, and I can post it in the show notes too, but how to use it as an app, as like a web-based app, and put it right on your home screen as if it was an app that you got on the Google Store, or whatever you call the Google Play. Not sure what it's called on an Android, but you can use it on an Android as well. It's just on Apple, you can find it in the App Store. And I appreciate any feedback you give me on that. I hope it helps you. It is an avenue to really get you thinking about taking breaks, listening to your body. also have some exciting things happening in the background. I'm working on publishing I can't really call it a book. It's going to be a journal that is geared towards makers. I, of course, am an obsessive knitter, but it is geared towards all like makers and crafters, and it will get you starting the conversation about, you know, listening to your body, seeing what your body's trying to tell you. It's designed so that you are like sitting across from me like a physical therapy assessment. It's going to talk you through some questions, but it's all related to crafting, knitting, crocheting, spinning, all the good stuff. And just getting you to start that conversation about what your body prefers, what's good for you, so that you can continue to do what you love for years to come. That's my whole, that's my passion. That is my whole mission, to be able to help you knit comfortably or craft comfortably and do what you love for years to come and not have to stop because of pain. That's what I'm here for, and I hope I can help you do that, or at least start the conversation about that. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up here shortly. That is Kobe. Now you can hear his barking. There he goes. Mia, you want to come say hi? Oh, yeah, Kobe's saying hi. This is Kobe. You can see his nose. There's Mia. There she is. I'm going to wrap it up. I actually have an appointment to get my tattoo work done. I'm working on a sleeve, so I'll keep you updated on that for anyone who's interested. So I got to get going here soon. It looks like it's going to pour. It's very dark outside. It might just be, I'm not sure if it's supposed to rain or not, but hopefully with some of the rain it will cool things down a bit. So I need to wrap things up, but I would love for you to post below. I still have my giveaway pending. I'm tempted to just do it and draw a winner before we hit 2,000, but my last episode and the episode before, I talked about I'm doing a giveaway when we get to 2,000 subscribers, and we are so close. I think I'm at like 1870 or something like that. So if we can get our subscriber count up to 2,000, I'm doing a wonderful giveaway. If you look at my last episode, it included some yarns from Farmer's Daughter Fibers, some sock yarns, and then some Twinkle Dimple stitch markers. So once we get to 2,000, I will still be doing that giveaway. You can still enter the giveaway if you look to my previous episode and you comment like I asked you to. So in today's episode, I'm going to be giving away a free pattern, 2 free patterns. So in the comments below, if you put a yarn emoji, a paw print emoji, and then I want you to write kindness. That's it. Just kindness in the comments. And of course, put any other comments you want. I love when people comment on these videos and I can start to get to know you. We can interact with each other. That's really fun. So you're going to put a yarn emoji, or the yarn ball emoji, a dog paw emoji, and then just write kindness. And then you'll be entered to the giveaway for I'll pick 2 winners, and I'm going to gift you a pattern off of Ravelry. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for listening to me gab, and I hope you can continue to find comfort in every stitch, and have a wonderful day. Bye now.